So I'm George from Smallwood Bees, and obviously we moved into the garden just slightly over a year ago. We're a bit late in doing this, but I thought we should have a year. What have we done? So let's come on in. So if you remember, this bit here was kind of like a rubbish dump, for want of a better word. We did have a Christmas tree, which I've chopped down, which was a bit sad in a way, because it's a tree and it was nice. But Christmas trees, they don't bring a lot to the table. It's okay for some wildlife, but we've chopped that down. What we've done, and even though it looks smaller at the moment, this is all like woodland plants. We've put a lot of mulch down, and I must have planted thousands of bulbs here. So it's still winter at the moment, but there are some coming up. I'll point some in a bit, but we have got bulbs coming up. We've got, if you come around here, we've got wood pile there, very important for animals. We made the book swap at the front of the house. That's just nice, just interacting with the community. We've got 2 owl boxes in the roof, in the tree, which has an owl in, which I'm super pleased about, a tawny owl. But we've been hearing it, but it's in. We've done, if you come through, we've got things like hellebore. All of these plants are they're all a bit low at the moment, but summertime, it's going to be beautiful. Got some bulbs here. So I've done all bulbs around here. This here was an old gate post, which I've put in. So it's like, I like to think of it, I've got another one there. So it's kind of like a mini Stonehenge. Now the drive at a glance looks exactly the same. But what I've actually done, I've taken all of the drive up, every bit of gravel has been moved at least once by me. So it all had weed suppressing under it. So what I've done, I've taken off all these things here. I took off all of these, took out the weed suppressant, which I'm afraid is horrible stuff. I wasn't sure about it before, but it's horrible stuff. So took all of that up, then put these back down, and then I reused a lot of the gravel, I put some other finer gravel down too, and then what I've done with this, I've actually seeded it with like really hardy meadow flowers. Meadow flowers like hardy, they don't like nice soil, they like it unpleasant. And I've seeded that, so basically wherever the car wheels go, you might get some growth, but not a lot, because I'll squash it. But all around the edges, we should be getting plants growing, so it should be a it should be a green drive. The bee pen we've made, so yeah, last year we didn't have the bees, but we've got the bees back now. I've got all this green netting, which I don't particularly like, but what that does, it basically manipulates the flight of the bees, so they come to that and then they go up and over. So say I'm doing gardening here, and I'm planting, they're not going to be flying into my face. Now, they might be fine, but if they do fly in my face, I might get caught. I caught one in my eyelid once, and nobody really enjoyed that situation, me nor the bee, and it stung my eye, the bee died, and I had a very uncomfortable eye. So that is good for everyone. So we've done that. We continue through, we've done an edge here, so I'm really pleased with this. I've done this quite recent. So what I did, I cleaned all that, I took like about a foot of it out, put some soil in, so that's actually soil there, which is good. Because remember the whole garden before, I don't know if you knew, but it was completely covered with hardboard. It was awful. And there are bits of it even now where you can't dig it without a pickaxe. The plants planted there quite like that, but this bit here particularly, this is good topsoil. I've done these posts here with the wires. So we're going to get all the plants growing up here, which will be great. So this is all going to be really nice, going to look good. And what I've done, this is an example of what's going to happen. So I've done this one here. It's got a mini one inside it, but this is, with those logs, we're going to make these into like bug houses. So this is going to be like, you'll have this wall, and it's going to be the wall, like the shape wall. So we'll have a hexagon here, a square there, a triangle there, and then we'll make them all, it's a nice big shape, so we'll make them into bug houses. And when the plants grow up, I won't let them grow across them, so they'll be like windows on this wall, so it'll look really smart. Okay, let's see what else we've done. I've made some planters here. Done it just down here. We've got all this. Again, these are going to be plants. We're going to get all that bee pen covered with plants eventually. We come through here, so I'm going to make a big gateway here. But I haven't done it yet. Hedgehog house. got a hedgehog house just here. I don't think we've got a hedgehog in it. I made it quite late in the year, but this is all the bee pen, which works really well. It keeps it all here. It's nice. It was all lovely meadow this summer, and it will be again. We'll do like an update in summer of it all. So, major thing we wanted to get rid of, plastic grass. All gone. No plastic anywhere now. And we've done these walkways. So this area now, it doesn't look particularly good just now because obviously it's winter. It's hard, no matter how you dress up things, winter, it's hard to make it lovely. But it's a ticking time bomb through here. So I've done these footpaths through. All of here, this is all meadow which has grown, and we've got the grasses. So initially this year we had meadow just to get life back, but all of these grasses and things like that they're gonna grow bigger. We've got the seed in there, and it's gonna get all bigger and bigger here. So, and all this, even though this soil is like really poor nutrient soil, it'll all grow really well because of the plants we're putting in it, and now they like those conditions. So we walk around. We've obviously made the pond. Now it looks like it looks like one big pond, but it's actually 3 separate ponds. It's fed from the drain pipe from the black building there. This pond here overflows to the next pond, which overflows to the next pond. And the last pond in particular, it looks quite shallow, but it's actually about 2 feet deep. But I've then filled it with soil, grit sand and things. So it's like a big soak away. So the idea is, come next year, this is going to be a bog. This will be all covered in plants, so the water will all flow down, and then this will be like your kind of I don't know, sinkhole, your bog area. We've still got the little plants all along this. We've got rid of all that laurel hedge. Laurel hedges are good for borders, but again, they don't do much. They're not great for nature. Maybe good for habitat, but not for food or anything like that. So we took all of that out, which seems quite dramatic. And then we built this wire fence, which at the moment isn't great as a fence, but over time we've got all fruit trees along there which are going to grow, and they're going to grow espalier style, it means we're growing flat along the border. So rather than a normal tree, they're growing flat along the side, and that'll be great for like you know, fruit trees are great for wildlife. You've got obviously the fruit for feeding birds or yourselves, depending on what you want, but you've got the blossoming spring, so that's great for the bees and all of the pollen-like insects. There's only a few left, but what I did this year was all sunflowers. I love sunflowers. Really nice, big, bring a lot to the table, fun plant. But I've left a lot of them, and most of them have been raided now, because I took the biggest seed heads from them, the biggest sunflower heads I took, and I'm going to use those seeds next year to plant more, because I always love planting sunflowers. But I left most of them just in situ, and that just to die. But their heads are full of seeds, so that's been really good for the birds and other things. So we come around, so I'm trying to remember what we've done, and it's really good for me. I hope you like these videos, but it's really good for me too to be like, oh yeah, we have done a lot. I made a bird box up there. If you look up there, so that's a sparrow bird box. I don't think we've had anything in it, but we'll see. As always, we got the owl. I mean, that's brilliant. We got the owl. Anyway, so come along. So we made the feeding station there. I'm only going to do one feeding station, reason being, because I want it to be a natural garden too, so I want there to be natural sources of food from. However, it's very important you enjoy your garden, and I enjoy seeing the birds on the bird feeder, so I'm going to put some bird feeders out, and they proved very popular. Mealworms are definitely the favourites. I'm trying to do a variety of things, but they love mealworms. So, we've got the pond here. Now we know this is the pond when we first put it in, the owl came and had a bath, so it's got all the things that the owl can want here now. So back on the path, so down here, you can't really tell at the moment because it's just been covered because it's not been long, but this was all steps here. So I took out all of the steps and I've done this raised plant all the way around. Eventually I want to do a big trellis all over this area, but again we've now gone from like steps so let's forget wildlife for a second. It was steps. You only need steps for where you're walking, otherwise they were just a waste of space. So we've cleared all of them out, and then we've done nice patio area here. You still need somewhere to sit. You can't just sit on you can't sit on this bit. So cleared all that, and then we've done this plant here. And what we're going to do here again is all your climbers, your jasmines, your honeysuckles, things like that. So it's going to be really beautiful. And again, the path. Well, it's actually it's quite good. You could argue it's quite good for security because I always hear people coming. Which is quite nice. and I've done it the same as the drive. So where you're walking along the middle, nothing's going to really grow because you're walking on it, but all along the edges, we're hoping we're going to get loads of the wildflowers growing. Well, we started doing the green roof there, it's a sedum roof, which well, it just looks really nice. It just looks great. And then if you come through here, so we had steps before. We obviously need steps. Ideally, it would have been on one big slope, but it would have been really difficult to do. So I have kept steps, but they're much more steady steps. So you come down these, and again, sticking with the gravel, and I wouldn't necessarily. I'm not like, yes, definitely use gravel, but it's really easy, it's really cheap, it's good for drainage, and it's good for making your planting your plants in them still. A lot of people avoid gravel, but because this is such poor soil under here, you won't get the grasses and all that sort of stuff growing. The plants are here, good substantial one. This is all wisteria, which hopefully is going to cover all the front of the house. So again, making the house, we don't want a sad lifeless house. We want plants, and wisteria looks. I mean, it's the ones with the big blue flower things, and they look great. And then finally this bit, and I know it doesn't look quite great now, but we've done this tiered planter, and we did it as an edible garden this year. But I'll be the first. I wasn't great at picking stuff. You know, every so often I was like, oh my word, there's a massive marrow now. I missed that. But the courgettes were quite fun. But it was fun to grow stuff. I'll probably do courgettes again because I like them. I like the big yellow flowers. I like the courgettes. Tomatoes, we were pretty poor at picking them. We'll see. But this is an artichoke here. Really like that. I think we'll have more of them. And most stuff died. This is a courge plant. Got some time, and obviously it's winter now, so nothing like everything's surviving just now. But this is really nice. This is still a really nice area to like sit, and you want to have nice, pleasant smelling things, so you can sit outside and enjoy. There's the back of the garden as well, but you've seen that. That's another video. So we're just dealing with the front for now. But I feel confident in saying that it is becoming a wildlife garden. It's definitely changed from the garden it was. It's definitely becoming the garden I want it to be, and we get much more pleasure already. So many more animals coming in. We're fortunate that neighbours have gardens as well, which were, you know, they had bird feeders, so the animals are pouring in from the outside. I mean, we had 7 foxes one night, we've had 3 badgers one night, we've had goldcrest, we've got the owl, starlings, sparrows, blue tits, cold tits. We've had a nuthatch. You know, we're getting so much stuff coming in. It's brilliant, and it really is a joy to watch and see it grow. Hedgehog as well. So yes, so that's 1 year. We're 1 year in. Next year's going to be great. Can't wait already. It's going to be brilliant. Already looking forward to it. I feel time critical. But let's get this ready for then. But we're definitely winning with it. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the journey. If you want to comment, like, subscribe, that'd be great. Yeah, hopefully you're getting some good ideas as well as enjoying it. And anything we do, anything's better than nothing, isn't it? We do because it's the right thing to do, and we enjoy it. So that's the main thing. We want to enjoy it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and